going on, y'all? It's Auston Holleman back with another video about Brazil, and today I'm going to be talking about 8 reasons that I've come up with so far on why I feel like dating as an American man or a Western man, if you're from England or Italy or somewhere like that, dating as a Western man is better in Brazil than in the United States in my case. And I'm not referring to women because please don't come down here from America. Y'all don't have the same result. I've seen some English women come from England down here and they didn't have that good of a time. Now, number 1, the most obvious benefit of being in Brazil dating versus the United States is women do not hesitate coming back home with you. It is unbelievably easier to get. If you're in Brazil and you have not had intercourse in a long time, I'm sorry to tell you as a man, that's more than likely your fault. It's got to be something wrong with you. The women here do not weaponize it against you like they would in the States. Meanwhile, in the States, y'all have blue balls and y'all are over here, offing yourselves and depressed, doing school massacres, and that could all be more than likely if dudes would get what they wanted, that could be different. But sorry to tell you, I'm in the States, y'all not. But in Brazil, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. That's number 1. Number 2, the women here have more personality. Way more personality, way more to talk about. We could say, yeah, they have more to talk about because we're from two completely different cultures, so there's a lot to ask, there's a lot to inform, but there's a lot more substance when they talk. And this is all ages, from 20 to 35, 40, all these women out here that I've dated, because I've dated that age range, they all have substance, okay? Even the 20-year-olds, I don't know, it's just they want to figure out what music you like. They're hella interested. The conversation has some meaning. You can take something away from almost every conversation you have. It's very rare. Of course, that's not absolute. Remember, I'm speaking in generalizations. On a general, what you're usually going to run into is what I'm saying. Usually you're going to run into women with a lot more personality. Guys, when I was dating in the States, those women back there were just empty-headed. Feather-headed, empty-headed. There was nothing to talk. I don't want to hear about the latest song this rapper came out with. There's nothing wrong with rap. I listen to rap, but you don't know anything else? If I bring up politics, you should be able to say something about that. If I bring up football, you should be able to have some sort of, I don't know anything about American football, but I can sit there and hold a small conversation. They in the States, they need to work on their social skills. They need to learn a lot, and for education to be free, it sure as in hell doesn't seem like it. Number 3, warm people, and that kind of connects with what I just said. But by warm people, United States has cold people. If you're disagreeing with me, you're just a fucking delusional liar. But in Brazil, the people are warm. You go somewhere, it's the true definition of that Southern hospitality that we used to have in the United States, unless if you go to some plantation farm in Mississippi, you might still find it. But the way how the people talk to you, you get this feeling that everybody takes care of you, and it's genuine. And it's not because you're American. You don't flip on this type of it's just because you're American. These types of things I'm describing, people can't just switch on and off. And if they are, you can tell they're faking it unless you don't have any sort of street smart or nothing like that, and no people skills. But the people here are warm. People drink out of it, and I'm not saying you should do this, but people drink out of each other's glasses. People invite you to their house. People let you ride in their car with them if they have one. People let you come sit at their table with them. People, you want to come get a drink with us, you're sitting at the beach, everybody speaks. You got some bad apples out there that have an attitude, but that's rare. Versus in the States, guys, you go places, hey, how you doing? And people are looking at you like, oh, is this guy some sort of murderer? Dude, I was just asking how you were doing. Why is this such a big deal? That goes for men and women in the States. Everybody's cold. The people there just ain't shit, man. And if you fit the description of what I'm talking about, you ain't shit either. But most of the people that watch me, they want to get away from that. Most people that watch me have some sort of personality, and they're warm. And at least when I talk to them on live streams and in the comments, there's something to talk about. My viewers have something to talk about. But I'm talking about the people that don't watch me. They're just, and the people that criticize me, they're just cold people. And the thing is, in the United States, people are learning and strategizing and making excuses for people being cold to deal with it. I don't make excuses with people. I'm very tough on people. So I came to Brazil, and yeah, these people here are warm. They're loving. Everything is just so welcoming. Don't believe anybody that tells you, oh, they don't want you, they don't like you in their country. They don't want you dealing with their women. It's all bullshit. I have not been to one place in Brazil where people weren't warm and welcoming. Not one. I'm welcome. I've been to the favelas, and I don't know how dangerous the favela was I was in. I mean, I wouldn't go there alone. I went to a part of favela that you shouldn't go without somebody. Of course, I was with somebody, but it was super dangerous from what people were telling me. And I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but I wasn't even getting mugged, mean mugged or nothing. Like, people weren't looking jealous. I mean, I had on my regular clothes. I looked the same way I would now. Didn't look raggedy, none of that. And people are just down to earth and warm. Versus in the States, you guys are living it. I could go on and on about how cold people are in the States, but if you know what I'm talking about the social life sucks in the States and people are cold, you need to try to Brazil as well, because I can't deal with it. Number 4. Very important, it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to date in Brazil. Okay? You can go, when I work out at the gym in the morning, I go eat at a restaurant every time I go work out. It's $4 for me to eat there. If I take a chick on a date there, that's $8, $10 maybe, $12 max at that restaurant. If I go to a more upscale, they don't serve alcohol there. But if I go to an upscale or mid-grade restaurant, I'm talking $20 tops for a mid-grade restaurant and with drinks. You can get a caipirinha, $2 US, and each person gets 2 of them. 2 drinks on a day, and a caipirinha is like 2 to 4 shots of vodka, I think. So that's enough for that date. So which one do you want to do? The Ubers. I'm about to go to the Walmart-like store, supermarket-like store here. It's gonna cost me $2 US to get there, but it's gonna take almost 15 minutes to ride there. Why are you still dating in the United States? When you hear me, guys, what are you getting? If you have, I have to say it takes $20 to take a chick out on a date, right, at a mid-grade restaurant. If that's 20, what are you getting on a date at 20? Velvet Taco, 3 $5 tacos was $15 before tax. That's before if she wants and this is Velvet Taco, like this is a fast food restaurant. It's more of an upscale McDonald's, let's say, upscale Taco Bell. Before she gets her drink, you talking $25, $30 after those drinks come out. I eat 3 Velvet, when I was in Velvet Taco in Dallas, I would eat 3, that's $15. If I wanted to get a margarita, it's $20, $25, and they fucking tip, guilt you at the machine, so you want to tip more because they, if you bring a chick, well, you talking $40, $50, $60 at a fucking fast food restaurant. I lived in North Dallas, so sometimes I'd go hang out at Stir. If I wanted to meet somebody at Stir, dude, I was dropping $100 for her to eat, and I'd eat, drink, 2 drinks a piece. You dropping $100. $100, I can take 5 chicks out on a date, mid-grade restaurants in Brazil. It's cheap. It's just all $1 is 5 here. $1 US is 5. It's cheaper to date in Brazil. That's one of the biggest benefits. You can date a lot more people without going broke. Okay, if I want to go on 3 dates, that's $300. That's $1,200. That's rent in 1 month when I was in Dallas. Fuck that. There's an abundance of beautiful women. I cannot tell y'all how many fit, beautiful, natural hair, white teeth, soft speaking, good smelling just feminine women there are here in Salvador in particular, but all of Brazil. I've only been to Rio and Salvador, but I've heard all of Brazil is just like this. They're every fucking where. You cannot get away from beautiful women in Brazil. Literally. And that's why you can be in that abundance mindset, because there literally is an abundance of what you want. If you like white chicks with a supermodel body, like the nice thick legs, nice ass, tight waist, you can see her spine and her back because she's been working out on her back. The lats are, the lats, you know what I'm talking about. I'm seeing it like literally back to back all day. Like what I just described, I'll see 20 of those white chicks today. And then I'll see the same thing in black. And then I'll see the same thing with the ones that look like Pocahontas. So you're not, it's ridiculous. And I try to record as good as I can, but you guys won't believe it until you come down here and see it. I'm not lying about anything I say. I'm not lying about how many beautiful women are in Brazil. It is ridiculous how many beautiful women are in Brazil. It's crazy. But there's an abundance of them, and they're everywhere. They work at the fucking hot dog stand making $1 or $2 per hot dog, and they're like on Rihanna's level. I'm not even bullshitting you. I've seen it the first time in Rio that blew my mind. They're picking up trash too. Feminism is not as heavy here. There is a feminism movement. I know you guys love to remind that. There are a handful of women that do act like American women sometimes. Not to the extent, and even if they do, like I said, it's cheaper. There are a handful of women here like that. Like I had a dumbass woman tell me, "Oh, you're in Brazil now. If you want somebody to wash dishes and cook and clean, you need to hire a maid." I said, "You sound just like a fucking American." But the thing is, in America, that's the general statement you're gonna hear. In Brazil, that's 2 out of 10 chicks, 1 out of 10 chicks. 10 to 20% of the time, you're gonna run into a chick like that. But you're not just bumping into that shit left and right like you would in the States. I've always said that a woman that can cook can damn near get anything she wants from me. That's what I said in my last video. Okay, that you have a good chance of finding that here. They're not, their mind is not destroyed by feminism. And if you said that in the States, like, oh, a woman that'll cook, she has the key to my heart. They'll still say, "Oh, you want a mom." They don't say that here. I haven't heard that. Matter of fact, the chicks, whenever they cook, they know this stuff about men. So they'll send you pictures of the food. I said that before. They'll send you pictures of the food basically showing that, look, I can cook. Especially if they know you're American, right? Because they know where you came from. You're not getting that shit. Okay, you want a chick that cooks, you're a misogynist, you gotta be ashamed of yourself. You want a mom and you want a slave and you want a maid. That's what they tell you in the States. Prove me wrong. Number 7, shaming is less common for women. That ties into what I just said. They use shame. What you want from women here will not shame you. Of course, you have a small percentage that have been infected by feminism and they usually speak English. But women don't say stuff like, "Oh, all men want to do is fuck." They know that. The world knows that. That's true. Do you know how many nuts a man can bust in one day? Your body's made to sleep around. Women, your body's not made for that. Because when you get pregnant, you only get pregnant one time. You can't keep getting pregnant. But I can keep getting women pregnant. I'm not saying you're supposed to do that because that costs money and those kids need a family to raise them. But still, I don't know why women in the States don't understand it, but they won't try to shame you. They won't try to shame you for being masculine in Brazil. Are you running into that problem in the United States? If you are, you're not going to run into that most likely here. If you do, she probably speaks English. Stay away from English in Brazil. But yeah, shaming, there's not a lot of shaming. I have not been shamed. I haven't been shit tested. None of that. Now, number 8, my last one. Foodie calls are not a part of the culture unless they know English, like I just said. So I've never been foodie called, right? Because a foodie call in the States is she pretends like she likes you because she knows that you want to fuck. Y'all go to the date. She chameleonizes herself for the date. Once the bill is paid, the whole mood switches. Once that check and that debit card goes through and is approved, she doesn't act the same anymore. That's a foodie call. Then when y'all get outside, she hugs you from the side and, kisses you on the forehead like you're her damn son. That doesn't happen here, okay? Your closing rate for dates, you're gonna sleep with like 90% of the women you take on a date. Like it does happen. Now that I'm living here, it does happen that all chicks are not gonna fuck you the first night. But comparing it from the United States, once you live in the United States and you live in Brazil, you'll see how much of a difference it is. Comparing the foodie call rate in the States to here, again, it's so low here and it's so different. You wouldn't even call it a foodie call. You would just say she's playing. But like I said, there's so many beautiful women and it's so cheap. Move on. The date was $20. You throw a rock, you'll see 3 more women that look better than her. So you can move on. Versus in the States, 80% of those, well, not 80%, but over 50% of the women are fat. Unless if you're in the fat chicks, that's not your ideal country. Okay, I'm fit, okay? When I raise my arm, there's no flabbing, it's all muscle. I like my women not to be as strong as me, but I want them to be in the gym. I want them to give me that wow effect when I look at them. 300-pound women don't give me that look. And like what you like, but I don't like that shit. But they're not. Foodie call is not a part of the culture. From what I've heard, most Brazilian men don't even take these women out. So they very much appreciate when you take them out to eat, and they feel like you can see it in their face. When you take them out to eat, they're just like undressing you with their eyes. Like they're just, oh my God, I cannot believe it's different. But the ones that I took out that knew English, didn't sleep with any of them, did I? One of them. But the majority of them, no, thank you. If they speak English, it's a red flag. Proceed, or you can be this guy. Proceed with caution. It's a yellow flag. But for me, it's a red flag. So if you guys found that helpful, and if I missed anything, leave it in the comments below. Guys, I'm so serious. Get your passports. I've been in Brazil 9 weeks in total this year. I've been staying here the past 6 weeks. 6 weeks now, yeah. Get your passport and experience what I'm talking about. I don't sit here and make these videos and put my personal business, which I don't give up names or photos, but I don't sit here and put my personal business out here and take all these hateful comments daily just for the hell of it or for the money. No, there's no money is worth what damage could possibly come from being famous. So, do me a favor, get your passport and come overseas because it's really that bad.